Nicole likes to boast. Aunt Jordan likes to roast. Sir Charles keeps it crisp. Cues the butter to the toast. Now it's time to keep it real. Competition not close. One stop for debating. Reality shows and they skits be the most. I'll be damn. I'll be damn. I'll be damn. Podcast going ham. I'll be down.
Yo, welcome back to I'll Be Damn. I'm your boy, Aunt Jordan. We'll go across the line. Everybody introduce yourself.
I'm going to be Shelton today.
You going to be Shelton today?
Yes.
All right.
I'm Suki.
What's up, I'm Ashley.
Miss Nick Nicole.
D. Hello.
She's a D just by herself.
Yeah, and we're here talking about the LGBTQ, and it's a whole lot of other letters and pronouns and all this stuff. And I'm going to let you go ahead and tell me what that means, because I fucked it up already.
Well, there's it goes LGBTTTQQ.
Oh gosh.
IAA, and so it's lesbian. Let's see if I get this right. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, two-spirit, transsexual, and then the Q's are questioning, queer, and then the A's are asexual and ally, and then I could either be intersex or and then there's intersex, and then there's plus because you didn't get the pansexuals in there. Non-binary, gender binary.
So pretty much LGBT XYZ.
Yeah. A B C D E F G.
So see, I get mad when people say alpha people because a lot.
I mean,
is that offensive to y'all?
I wouldn't even guess what you meant.
Okay.
Yeah.
That came from Dave Chappelle, if I'm not mistaken.
like, I don't really care because, it seems like, we'll wake up tomorrow and there'll be another letter added to.
So it's confusing to y'all too.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm just making sure I'm on the outside looking, because I'm confused as shit.
Yeah,
but now it's just everybody's about pronouns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of pronouns, I was
Wait,
pregnant.
hold on. Pause.
What?
What do y'all identify as?
That's what we're going to.
That was a long story. Just ask a question.
I'm all about no labels. So
okay.
I'm very I hate to say it because I feel like I sound like some other people, but I'm all about just like what feels right and what love is love type of deal. So but I am gay as fuck. So love is love when you look like a woman. You gotta have ass.
Okay, gay as fuck.
So hold up, lesbian and gay, that's two different things, right? Am I tripping?
No, okay, so it's...
I thought gay was just the guys and lesbian was the women.
No, gay could be women too.
Yeah.
Okay,
when I say gay, I'm meaning more so like the gay community.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
You fuck with the whole LGBT alphabet. Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I consider myself a no label too, which is actually a label if you really think about it. But I'm no label in the midst of I don't you know what, I think that's going too much in depth. But so I meant no label where I'm not a stud or a femme or whatever. So but I am a lesbian. So you know.
I'm so
Her sexual orientation,
Correct.
who she prefers to date.
Yeah.
Is one.
This would be a
As
fucking
far as
educated
what
segment
she
for me.
identifies personally.
Yeah, I'm a lesbian, but I'm a no label when it comes to when people see me, they see me as a stud or a soft stud, but I don't consider myself as a soft stud or a femme. I'm just a no label, which is actually really a label. So I consider myself people think I'm androgynous.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, how do you come to what you identify as? Is it a process or is it hey, I'm this one day?
It's both. I think
Yeah.
So you can wake up and just switch your shit.
I will say this for me. So growing up, I'll be honest, I had identity issues.
Okay.
So for me, I didn't even know what a lesbian was. My mom didn't really raise me off of labels. She had gay friends around me, but she never said, "Hey, this is my gay friend."
Mm-hmm.
She was just saying this is Rick, this is Harry, this is this is his husband, type of deal. And then, but for me, I've always honestly, it's kind of childish, but. I was making out with all my friends.
Watch out.
Which is
I was making out with all, but I was at that age, and that was when I was 8. Mm-hmm. And I was at that age where I was thinking all girls were doing this with their friends also. I was like, oh, okay, this feels good. We about to lunch? Okay, best friend, we gonna take a shower. Okay, best friend. But no,
was lit at 8, boy.
Not at 8. Hold on. But I'm saying that's why that was
like,
No,
whoa.
I'm talking like eventually, but I'm
Oh,
saying like I
Thomas
was
Paine.
like I was kissing my friends, like we would play spin the bottle, you know that little dumb shit,
Right.
and
Teenage angst and stuff.
well, I wasn't no teenager, I was like 13 maybe.
Well, that's teen.
Yeah, I
What?
guess.
Barely.
Yeah.
Barely.
Yeah, barely. But I mean, at that time though, once I didn't know. I feel like if I knew what a lesbian was, I would have been able to identify myself as that. But then
You just
the
rolling with
more,
the punches, huh?
but it's really weird because I don't even want to blame society for it. It's just I was so used to seeing or hearing like in school and I grew up in a Catholic home, so like I was always used to being told like a man and a woman lay in bed together, they make babies, you know, the whole spiel. They get married, picket fence, all that shit. And so it was really hard for me to even imagine like my future. Like when they would say, "What are you going to do when you grow up?" It was hard for me to even see myself having a partner as a female. And so
Were your parents together?
my parents weren't. No,
Okay.
no. My mom, she raised me on her own.
Okay.
And my tias are my aunts. And but no, just growing up, and then finally once I was a late bloomer. Like my senior year, I didn't have sex until after I graduated high school. And the guys, like there were guys who I thought I had crushes on, but I wasn't attracted to them. But they was cool. But I wanted to be their friend more than anything. And then when they would try me, I was just like gross.
Yeah.
And then when they would like flash me, with they
Dudes
shit.
was flashing?
Dudes are wild.
Yeah.
Y'all athletes, y'all wild. I will say that. I don't know who
I mean, yeah, but we didn't go around flashing people.
Yes, y'all do.
Oh, hey,
Yes, y'all
dick,
do.
hey.
I can't.
Yeah, you would send it,
You
or
was
it's
flashing
just.
shit?
No.
Oh, I thought you said I was.
No, I said no, I
Oh,
can't.
okay. I said
No.
I wasn't into it. I was like, no, put that up. I'm scared. Put it up.
You said I hit the condo.
Yeah, no, I don't like that.
No.
But I don't know. After high school, my first relationship was with a woman, and I fell in love.
So it was like the strap was cool, but the regular meat wasn't.
I didn't need the strap. My first relationship.
It was just licky.
Yeah, I feel like the strap comes in like after, like just as another step to pleasure. Does that make sense? So it's not necessarily saying like I need the strap to
Right.
like get off.
Oh, okay.
You know.
What about you when it comes to that sexually?
Well, I mean, I was about to say our stories are totally two
Yeah.
opposites. Like how she, came into her being, lesbian, and how mine was just totally
Because
different.
I actually knew you and your transition kind of.
Yeah, because I kind of grew up in the church. My mom's a single, mom. And I like boys. I was just like, oh, boys are so cute. But I wouldn't date,
Right.
but I would hang out with the fellas. I was one of the fellas.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, and I wasn't thinking about having sex or anything like that. All I was thinking about was basketball and, just, sports.
Right.
So, and
Which did you identify as like a tomboy at that point?
I didn't really know that. Like I said, like nowadays,
Labels,
the kids know what that is. I didn't really know what that was. I just kind of just
You
Dress
you.
how you just
Yeah,
woke up and dressed
just me.
yourself.
Yeah. Now I did say to my mom that I didn't want to wear dresses anymore.
Same.
And she said, okay, well, when you go to church, you're gonna wear a dress, but any other time, that's fine. But it's all you see is woman and man, woman and man. And then when I got to high school, like 9th grade, that's when I came out to my mom, the worst decision in the world. Black
How'd that
parents,
Yeah. that's a little tough.
black parents who, are like grew up, as I grew up in the church, it didn't go well. So I would never do that again. If I had to go back, I would not come out until like I was in college or something like that. Just wasn't a
Was
good-
it like a disappointing response, or what
It was, I told my mom at the dinner table, and my brother was just like, wow, you could have warned me.
Watch out.
And he
Now, did
gets,
your brother know at that point?
no,
Oh,
no,
you
he's
can't-
older, but he was just like, oh wow, you could have warned me. And he got up, and then my mom was like, go get the holy water. And I was,
He hit you with the holy water.
I mean,
Splash your
no, I'm just
motherfucking ass.
Wait, now I
Yeah.
just met you, but if I may ask,
Uh-huh.
is the relationship better now?
yes,
or-
but it's
okay.
taken years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's taken a lot of years, and yeah, she hit me with the holy water and prayed about it, and she was just like, and that was that. She just prayed about it, and I was just like, Mom, she was like, you don't know what that is. I was just like, oh, okay, well, that's what it is, and good thing that my brother was older, and so she was more looking at my brother, what he was doing. But it's right after he went to college, then her focus was on me, and it was just.
Are you religious?
Yes, I am.
You are.
Mm-hmm.
How is that? How was your response to their response? Like,
To-
question. Because I always feel like that whole thing, like when it comes to religion, and then like everybody has different beliefs.
Right. It get real hypocritical.
But then it gets real hypocritical. But then like my whole thing is like I know there's like Christians, Catholics who honestly are gay as fuck. And but they really stand behind the Bible strongly. But then when it comes to this one part, they're just like, oh, I'm gonna skip over that.
But that's what most people do in general.
That happens. Yeah, that happens all from straight to not. I mean, everybody want to pick and choose what part of the Bible they want to go by at the time that fits them because they're like, oh, I don't want to sin.
Or I'm gonna forget about this one right
Are you
now.
religious yourself?
I'm not. I grew up in a Catholic home. Like every Sunday, I was at the church. But honestly, when I growing up, the Catholic church I went to, they spoke Spanish, and I really didn't understand.
Do you believe in God?
I believe in my own God.
Your own God.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
What does that mean?
Like for example, I'm more so spiritual. I don't believe the Bible. I'm just gonna say that. There's a lot of things in there that I just there's a lot of things that are. There's a lot of proof to show and documentation to show that is real, and I feel like the Bible. I haven't personally been educated enough to believe it. I read a lot, so I'll be honest. I've read the book. It's interesting, but for me personally, it's not something that I can stand on and live my life through. I feel like I would be limiting myself to life.
Well, so I asked originally because for each of you, so as a follow-up, as you were growing up, because maybe even to this day, for yourselves, have you had any struggle with what's in the text and how you identify as yourself and how you just feel as what you like?
For me,
or did you, whether it's now or as a child?
Oh, as a child or as a teenager, yes, because my family was just like, well, this is what it says in the Bible, and I would go back and like they also say don't do this in the Bible,
And you're doing that too.
and you're doing that too.
Right.
So, but now, no, like I know that for me, I know that God is real, and that I pray about certain things, and He blesses me, and this is how I feel. I pray about my relationships or people that I want to come in my life, and I feel like God blesses me through that, and so that's my belief. So I'm good with that when it comes to the Christian faith.
Yeah, and see what the thing is. There's so many things in the Bible you can pinpoint out. It's like, oh, this is bad, but I'm doing this part. Or this is bad, but I'm doing this part. Or I'm not doing. You know what I'm saying? That can be an ongoing conversation because you can say, there's no sin greater than the other one, right? But then someone else is out here sinning every day or lusting, whatever the case may be. They're sinning in a different way. So it's like, I'm not the person that goes and use the Bible per se about like why you shouldn't do that. More or less. You know what I'm saying? My belief on it is more of just creating what, you know what I'm saying? When you put on, all species are made to procreate. They go like
So you
that.
just get to the sex part. That's all you care
No,
about.
no. It's like, but it also is. That's one. Then I'm going back to where it goes about to the Bible: be fruitful, multiply, and subdue it. That's the way you have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Naturally, that's the natural way. So that's where my mindset comes when it comes to that. But the lesbian part, like two women that like women, makes sense, right? Two men that like men, makes sense. Now, where I get confused is the woman that's straight feminine, right? Date a girl that literally looks, acts, thinks, moves, and everything like a man, but it's not. That's where I get confused.
So
at.
feminist dating. That's
Yeah,
what you're
that where it starts. Or even with the man. A man is masculine as hell, but you got a dude that's walking around here that's acting just like a woman. So it's like, and my personal feelings like that, that's, you don't like authenticity. Like, you don't like, that's not authentic. That's just my personal opinion. Because I'm like, why go this if you're going to get the real thing?
Well, okay.
Like, that's that. I'm just keeping it a buck.
I can understand the reason why I can somewhat see to what you're talking about is because like I have a type. Like I I like a woman who's masculine and feminine,
Mhm.
but yeah, like
What's
and
that?
A soft stud.
a soft stud. So like it's more so like I know exactly what you're talking about because for me, it's hard for me to date a stud. I've dated, like, been on dates with, like, studs females who really, like, grab their shit thinking that, like, they have a
That
dick
shit
and
crazy
shit.
to me.
Sometimes they got that dick in the backpack.
Yeah.
Like, type shit. Or in their pants already.
Or in their pants.
Yeah, already wearing it to the clubs and shit.
Whoa.
Let me tell you.
Leave the fuck mine.
And let me tell you.
Like you're serious.
Let me tell you, there's been times where I've been at the gay club and I've excuse me and I backed up and I'm like, wait a minute.
That's awesome.
Wait a minute.
They walk around with the strap
Yeah.
out.
Sometimes in the backpack or on.
Or yeah, and then they put their, like, I know some, like, you know, when they have the time of the month, they put the pad in the boxers. Like, you know, like they wear boxers,
Yeah.
but they put a pad in the boxers.
Oh, I'm weak as fuck right now.
Look, but it's all about
What
they're
they're like.
whatever you're comfortable with, I respect it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
comfortable, you're you, but my preference, I like a woman though. Like
To me, that makes more sense to me in my, like, a woman that likes another woman, she like women, so she wants to perfectly makes sense. Man that likes another man, but he's still masculine, but he like a man that just like him. Makes sense to me. But when it start going to the, like,
yeah, there's some studs
that's
that
when they
just
just be like, hey, I'm confused. Now I know studs. I don't know studs. Well, I do know one. There's studs that like masculine as shit, but still fucking dudes.
yeah,
Wait,
I feel like you're, I feel
Like,
like
I'm
you're
like,
viewing
yeah.
skewed
whoa.
a bit.
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
didn't
you're
know
still
those-
looking through the
yeah.
lens though of like man-woman. Like I know because
That's what
we've
the
known
hell
each.
they are, though.
Well, okay.
But no, I'm saying you're looking through the lens of like men pair with women. Okay, there are some men who like men, but one of them maybe is effeminate and one of them is quote unquote more masculine. Is that like
No.
is that how you would understand that for
Yeah.
two men that would be with each other?
Yeah, I'm talking about the ones that's like, he masculine dude, but his partner is walking around with heels on, women's hair,
Yeah,
talking
because
like,
he
that to me, that makes no fucking sense at
because
all.
he identifies as, okay, so there's
it's like butch femme.
yeah, but then there's like with the men it goes transgender, but you can be a trans man or a trans woman, and then there's you're not supposed to say it anymore, like especially straight people shouldn't say it to the gay community, but the gay community can
Say
talk
what?
transsexual. So transsexual
Well, why is transsexual bad?
because it's just if someone says
If you're just not meeting somebody,
Yeah, you don't
I
wanna
always
say-
tell people
Oh, I
there's
offended the fuck out of people then.
but that's the problem that I have is like nobody should be offended. Like if I meet a stranger, they shouldn't be offended. I don't even feel like I'm entitled to be offended by unless you're disrespecting me. Like the
Right.
intention is disrespectful, then okay, then we got a problem. But I just don't feel like because I've had a transgender go off on me for calling her a he when in reverse, and I'm just like, why are you getting mad at me? I'm introducing myself to you. Like you can correct me, and
Okay.
if I keep doing it,
So
then
my
okay.
question is this:
I
in
think
the
I'm safe right now.
Yeah, you good.
Might be safe in here.
in the community,
Yes.
that's what we're gonna call it right now. Is it if you dress like a woman, you want to be perceived as a woman?
Possibly.
No,
You,
no,
it,
right.
yeah, and that's my thing. Like, I can. So I've been told that I'm a STEM because there's days where
Pardon?
I'll,
Say that.
Yeah.
What
a STEM.
Which
So
is-
Like from
like
the
I'm a.
leaf or something? I'm confused.
So like I've been identified. So like for example, some people identify me as just a femme, and then there's other people who identify me as a STEM because there's days where I'll dress a little bit more stud.
Oh, so that's a
like,
stud female?
Yeah,
Oh.
but then that's the thing. Like, I don't like when people call me a sim, but I do get identified.
You dress
as
like a Leah. Like, that's how it.
I dress how I want. I wake up and I dress myself. That's
Yeah.
how I tell everybody.
But like when it's more like masculine, more cold. When I see you dress, it's more just like back in the day when the women used to wear the big clothes.
So growing up in school though, like junior high, I was a huge chola. I don't know if you know what that is.
Yeah.
Like I was like that.
Mexican.
Yeah, I was like that.
Oh,
that
you want to have your
chola.
eyebrows like right here?
Let me tell you, I had the
Lip
Dickies.
liner.
I had the Dickies pants on,
The
the
black
Cortezes.
wow.
Feelers of gray, black, white, blue, and like yeah, I was,
Arms.
yeah, and I had the big tees, polos, everything. So like there was a time where I did I only dressed in boy clothes. I
Right.
shop in boy stores. But it's a little weird because like one day I'll probably dress a little more masculine, and then one day I might fuck up a dress.
See, for me, is one of my jobs, right? They don't even know I'm gay, right?
Is that by choice or like?
It's not by choice, but I guess it is by choice because I really want the job.
Yeah.
So is that a necessity, rather?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because if they knew, then I
You wouldn't
mean,
have it.
I wouldn't have it.
Wow.
Why do you think you wouldn't have a job?
Oh, I most definitely wouldn't have it. Like
Matt,
that. I mean, they
Matt.
asked me on the interview. It's only like it's.
Wouldn't it be like discrimination?
Yeah, that's
I mean,
automatic. You asking me that on
There's
the
ways,
interview.
there's ways around that.
Wow.
You know, it's just in that field that I'm in. That one
Yeah.
field, it's there's ways where they.
We didn't have a job.
I just wouldn't
That
have
in
a job.
Texas is an at-will state, so you
So-
can kind of be fired for whatever.
Yeah,
Is it
true.
worth having the job though?
Yeah, I love the job.
Say
That's right. That's right. So, but anyways, so like they see me when they see me as a woman, and so when I I just gonna say what it is. I'm a coach, so when I go to the games, I'm not how I want to dress. I want to dress like more on the boy side, like when I wear suits and stuff.
But there's a stigma about that too
Yeah.
with coaching.
But I have to wear. I can't wear like what my man counterparts
Oh,
wear.
because
I
you're
have to-
coaching women, right?
I'm coaching, but it doesn't just because I'm coaching.
Just coaching.
Just
positions,
coaching
period.
period.
Just coaching at the school I'm at.
Okay.
I have to dress more feminine,
Okay.
right? I can't dress like how I would dress to like an event at a club or
So
something.
you can't
like
do
that.
like the women's suits?
I can do the woman's suits,
Okay.
but I can't do like the men's suits.
Yeah.
Like I have to like in my
So
closet
you
I
want a
have.
bow tie and cummerbund and shit? That's what you're saying?
I mean, no, I'm just saying like for me I'm androgynous and I dress both ways. But if
Because
I
you choose to.
because I choose to,
Okay.
but at that school, like at a game, if I want to be like, hey, you know what? I want to dress like in this man's suit today. I can't.
Okay.
You know, if I do, I better wear some makeup and some heels and girl it up a little bit.
Right. So do you ever girl it up at all anymore?
Yeah.
Okay. Like without the job, like.
Yeah, without the job, yeah. Mhm.
Okay. So are you the one are you the part that put the strap on?
Ew. No.
No, you're not. So you strapping since
No,
you're-
no, 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 no. I do. Are you talking about like wear it out in public?
Oh, no.
He's trying to see if you the top or the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, no.
So explain what a top and a bottom
Yeah,
is.
because I'm confused
So-
about top and bottom right now.
Okay.
I thought you knew both sides. I know top and bottom.
No, there's some people. Oh my God, there's such this. This is like the alphabet thing. Okay, so there's just the basics. There's the top.
Uh-huh.
The top is for girls. Like you're the more dominant one. Okay.
Okay, so I mean you missionary on it. You're the top.
You're more
No,
giving.
you're giving.
You're the dominant one. You're the
let's,
more.
Let's not even talk about straps because, like I said, most
Please get him away from
don't
this.
Don't
even need
need. That's why I said
Yeah,
most
it's
likely
like,
you don't need
put
straps.
that-
These straps.
That's
So why everybody was talking about the strap?
Because that's another. Just like when you go to the sex store, they have all these toys
Yeah,
for
this
all
is like
these
another-
all these different
For
moments.
women of different.
That's what the strap is. The strap, because a straight woman can use a strap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean yes you
It's
can.
basically a dildo with a belt.
Yeah.
That's literally what it
Gay
is.
girls-
It's
lesbians
another
don't
level
need
of
no strap.
pleasure. That's all it is.
Because I know I'm not gonna say no names, but there's a lot of studs that I know. That mean,
Say names. No, just
yeah,
kidding.
they with the
No,
strap.
let's not do that again.
Yeah, but like
You know, they talking about strap. You know, what I'm
There's
saying?
also touch me
I'm like, they
nots.
gotta
there's
be.
also touch
There's
me
also
nots,
touch me nots.
nots.
There's lesbian
Oh.
or
There's
girls that
Pillow
do not
Princess.
want to be touched.
There's Pillow Princess.
Like they want to
Oh,
give, but
touch
they don't
me
want
not.
to take.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Okay,
Yes.
please explain that shit.
Okay.
Touch
So
me not.
okay. So
You
you want to know what the top and the bottom is? Let's
Yeah, go
finish
ahead,
that
go ahead,
first.
go
Okay.
ahead.
So you did the top.
and so in the bottom is the person. Okay, this is so different for men and women. So I'm just talking about the women right now.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely ain't the man.
Okay,
Oh my
so.
gosh.
I'm just saying.
On the
we
bottom is the person
angles.
who is receiving majority of the time, but doesn't mean that they're a pillow princess. That
Which
mean-
is what?
Whoa.
A pillow okay, so a pillow princess is somebody who just lays down and don't do shit
Pillow
during sex.
But are those mostly with the people who are the touch me nots?
No.
No, like a pillow princess, like
You
no
got too many
offense.
damn rules.
There's no rules. There's no rules.
I guess my question is, in the community where it's trying to not have labels
Right.
because there's so many labels. Why are there so many different labels?
Yeah.
It's just everybody, so this is the thing, this is one thing I will say about the LGBTQ. So, we're just very open-minded to
Different?
life. No, not even just sexuality. I'm just saying life
Okay.
itself. Like, I know so many people who are religious, who grew up in a church, whose father is a pastor, who are lesbians. You know what I'm saying?
The pastor kids be the worst.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
PK
No,
is the worst.
it's not, and I don't even want to call them the worst kids, but it's just, it's those, for me, I feel like there's intentions behind everything. So everybody, like I said, I believe in my own God, and I feel like when there's certain pastors who have lesbian or gay sons or daughters that way, I feel like there's a reason behind it because they're one-sided. And so I move through life like that. I just feel like everything is for a purpose. Like there's a reason behind it. It was necessary, such and such. But like as far as the labels go, I just think that there's so many preferences to everything. Like in the bedroom, to who you love. Like everybody has their, like people were getting onto, this is a whole nother subject, but people were getting onto like Chris Brown about saying he only dates light-skinned women. You know, but that's his preference.
Right.
Also, like some people are saying, like
Well, I think that
that's
you
a
got
different-
you got to say a preference opposed to will not. You know, like I got a preference too, but I ain't saying I will not.
But
You know
other
what I'm
straight, I think straight
That's why I think
relationships have
that
preferences
colorism
too.
is
There's
right.
always preferences with everybody.
Yeah, everybody
That's
got a
why-
preference, but to say that you won't.
I think there's
Yeah,
certain
it's
things,
crazy.
you know,
Yeah,
that straight people do that they won't do or that they don't do, and it's just, I think.
or they
for the-
say they won't do it, but
But they
it's
do it.
I'm just like you just haven't even met the person that you were
Yeah,
willing
you
to
just-
experience it with.
No, that's some shit I won't do. Hell no, it's some shit I won't do.
I mean, but you know that though, like
Yeah,
you
Ain't
know
no
you.
confusion
Straight
here.
or gay, whatever you
I think it's
are,
just
people
like
have
that.
preferences, period.
But I think what you're talking about is more like, I get what you're saying, there's so many like A through Z different labels. And I think the reason why we have to be that way is because society has made us be that way a little bit, and so there has to
But
be.
in the privacy of your bedroom?
Well,
No,
no,
like,
because
yeah,
people
because
want to know so much.
they
How
do.
do I address you? How
Yeah.
do I
That's
like
just-
put you in this
I
pathway?
even
Why
with
can't
like,
you just live life?
Well, that's what
Yeah,
they
that's
say.
what we're
But let me tell you this,
Yeah.
like,
Trying to.
even with you saying that, and you brought up your job, like my job, my girlfriend brought me lunch. The first time I started working with them, they're like, "You're gay," and I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "You don't look gay," and I'm like, "Well, bitch, how the fuck am I supposed to look like? What you want me to wear tomorrow to let these motherfuckers know?"
That's weird.
A rainbow shirt. Duh.
Yeah,
After a
that's,
rainbow shirt.
that's what I'm saying though. But it's
Yeah.
stuff like that, like.
Yeah, that's
I think I can explain it because I'm a questioner. Like I can have a question for every and anything.
we fucking know.
And I'm nosy. Like I like to know.
Yeah,
And
we
if I-
definitely know that shit.
At least I'm honest. But
She
if
knows
I
herself.
don't ask a question, I might not ever know. And I like to know a lot about everything.
Yeah, you're educating yourself.
Yes.
You're,
And so if I ask a question, I want an answer. And I think that's why, or could be why, there's so many different explanations and
Mhm.
labels and terms that, I mean, I haven't heard of some of these y'all are saying.
Well, I'm like, why is
Yeah,
it?
like touch me not. Yeah.
Like, I
Even
agree.
my girlfriend has never even,
Yeah.
she didn't even know what a touch me not was. And
Yeah.
she's like, I've never known of a person who doesn't want to receive pleasure. And I'm like,
What?
It's
That's, I mean, that's like, what's the point?
they want to
of
give
that?
it. Like, they get pleasure off of giving it.
I
but
do
they
too,
do
as
not
I
want.
receive it.
Well, as you receive it, but there's some people who are comfortable. They're like, I
Different
just, I
strokes
don't.
for
But see, okay, I'm
Definitely,
gonna say this.
definitely a different stroke.
I will say
Yeah,
this.
exactly.
I date mostly straight women. So I date
How do you-
mostly.
Whoa,
Okay.
whoa,
Pause.
wait,
Yes.
What?
I date mostly.
wait. Roll that back. You,
Gross.
Wait,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Right.
how that straight? How that straight then?
Okay. So I date mostly straight women come up to me. Most of them are like they are straight. They just
Not no more.
no.
She's their first. She's
I'm
their
first.
experience.
I'm their experience. Which in the community, a lot of lesbians do not date straight women. They frown.
I won't do it.
She's not gonna do it.
I won't do it. First of all, I'm not about to compete with no man.
Good.
Because I ain't got
Difference
no.
between a straight
Because you can't compete with
I can't. Yeah,
I ain't no compete
Say
with
it.
that one.
Wait, hold up.
I'm
We
saying-
better though. We better though.
Look,
We better. Okay.
if it came to a race,
But like, being bisexual.
Oh,
Because
there's
as a
a difference.
bisexual person, so how is that like?
Cause if they have you, they ain't straight no more.
But if a bisexual person prefers both genders, then like what is the
Because they're not dating. Okay,
competition?
well, actually, okay, so the bisexual, this is a bisexual and difference between a bisexual and a pansexual. So a bisexual
Yeah,
is they're only dating that woman at that time, right? Or they're only dating that man at that time.
Right.
They like those sexes.
Right.
Pansexual is they're dating a woman and a man at the same time.
Mhm.
They're having sex at the same time.
That's too much. You gotta put out that damn menu before you have sex.
Right. Little this,
You like,
little
hey,
that.
can
Fill out
I
this
add a pillow
questionnaire.
princess? Can I add a no touch me and then one time You know, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck. I'm gonna be confused as hell.
So that's for me, like, straight women, I guess, I don't know, for some reason, I don't attract lesbians. I have no clue why. More straight women come to me than anything. Or
So is that the bi-curious maybe? People, because if
No,
you straight and
no,
you come,
no, I'm telling you, I'm talking about like, they're not even bi-curious. They're just like, hey, I chose you, I like you, I think you're cute. I
Straight
don't think
women are a
any-
lot more aggressive.
Yeah.
I
like,
will say that.
They don't
Oh,
think any
wow.
other women are cute. They just think I'm cute. They just want to deal with me. And if I fuck up, they're gonna go back to a man. That's not a bisexual
how
person.
the hell is that?
Well,
I put it like this. I can't speak for all, but most straight men that I know, and niggas don't get that luxury.
Well, men and exactly.
Men,
Men
the
and
second-
women are completely different.
Yeah,
I
with
think,
straight
when it comes
dudes,
to
if
that.
you fuck with a dude, you gay. We don't even know. Most dudes, we don't even allow the bisexual come down, nigga. No, you got some dick, you gay. Like ain't no coming back.
Wait, but
That's-
how can we say that if we just sat here and said,
I just said
why
that.
should there be labels?
I just said how.
they talk about this on
Yeah,
Grownish,
yeah,
too.
we talk about it all the time. Like that's I guess the double standard. That's a law.
It is.
And I keep 100. I'm guilty to it because ain't no dude tell me that you suck some dick and I like women too. Nah, nigga, nah. you suck some dick, then you don't. No.
They can't be okay. Wait, hold on.
Hell no.
Yes.
What happens if?
No.
Okay, let me.
Mm-mm.
They've
No.
been with the man and now they're married with the
No.
woman. So
Mm-mm.
what are they?
That means that you can fuck around, possibly go back to some dick.
So does
no.
that mean since I've laid in bed and I've
I
had a
said
kid
women-
with it? But hold on, let me finish. I've had a kid with a man.
Uh-huh.
Does that make me? What's the
No, I
difference?
said that's the double standard that comes along with that.
He's
He's
Women-
acknowledging the hypocrisy behind
Yeah,
it.
100%. I'm acknowledging my wrong.
I get it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you
Nah,
still you still can speak to me or respect me as a lesbian.
I respect everybody whatever the fuck they are.
Okay.
No, you can be whoever you want to be. I mean, because I guess no disrespect to it, but everybody can choose what they want to be now. So shit, I'm Batman tomorrow.
I'm weak.
So, but
Like, no, but it's real shit.
right?
They're
Yeah,
like,
you can choose. I can wake up.
the
and
world
be
has
trans
allowed
woman.
everybody to just choose what the fuck they want to be. So I'm gonna be a vigilante next week. And but
The only difference though is like there's
Like, what difference does it make?
I mean, but you ain't gonna call me play Peter Parker next week, nigga. Like, it's just I'm just saying, like, to me that's when it goes and spirals out of control, in my personal opinion.
Let me ask you a question. If
That's just me.
Is there a
if
bunch
a
of
man
masculine
if a
ones?
man
Yeah.
hit on you or you, would you get offended?
What'd you say?
If a man hit on you, would you get offended?
No, I wouldn't. And no, I haven't been, so.
No.
I told you my
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
tell me your
Yeah, tell us.
Were you
Fucking
offended?
North Park, man. I don't even go to the mall no fucking mall. I've been a whoop on their ass. But you was with me one time. Like, it's to the point when you know and I tell you, end it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
so
he
he
was
was-
pushing it. He was pushing
I'm
it.
about to whip that ass. Like,
He was
that's,
pushing
yeah,
it,
that's
okay.
when it's like,
What was the experience?
yeah,
like?
I ain't getting all into that shit.
Wait, so did this happen one time?
No.
So, may I ask how many times it's happened and if each time
It's
the person
always-
is pushing?
It's always at North Park Mall, guys.
Wow.
Oh, they're always pushing?
Yes.
I just
So what is your response though?
Pushing
Like
ass
I want to
people.
know what your response is. Like do you just like how do
Sometimes I
they
ignore
hit on you and then you say
if
thank
it's,
you?
If it's like, hell, there ain't gonna be no thank you. That's giving you like an open door. That's that crack you need to open and slide in. No. There's no thank you. That's nah, bro. I'm good on that. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it moving.
But I
What's wrong with just
How do
thank
they
you though? They're
approach?
giving
No.
you a gesture.
No, because that's that open door. Just like
It should be flat.
no, it's shit. That's how, man. No different when.
That's when a man hits.
Tell
on
me
you.
the truth.
Right.
When the man, if you go and the dude looking at you and you looking smile, that's that open door. Hey, girl, how you doing?
No.
That's
No, you
that
don't
open
have to
motherfucker.
smile, but
Yes,
it should
no.
be everybody likes
They
you,
know
right?
well, everybody
So
like
I
Chris
can't
too.
give my homeboys
Hell
a compliment.
Yeah,
I
like
can't give my homeboys a compliment.
For sure.
But I ain't trying to open no door.
No, but what I'm saying,
But someone doesn't know you though. What
men,
that's a
I'm speaking for
different
most men.
situation.
Okay.
They look for any opportunity to speak or holler.
Okay,
So
what are they saying though?
How do they come
Yeah.
in?
I forgot the first one. Do you remember the first one?
Everybody were like, "Ooh."
I know they was looking at it like they was
Yeah, it was-
down, like
it
we
was-
Oh,
Glory,
they was checking it
Glory,
out.
have you
They
been
was
there
checking
for
it
any of these
This was
instances?
the
Yeah.
first time.
I want to hear what she did.
I just laughed.
She gonna,
Nah.
she ain't gonna really, she gonna laugh at it because she gonna be like, nigga, you what?
But one, I mean, like, one of them, like, he kept, staring. I kind of have a crush Anthony.
I was about to beat
I
his
know him. I
ass.
know my husband. So I was like,
I was about to whoop
yeah,
his
let's
ass.
get out of here. 'cause I
Oh
didn't
my gosh.
I'm
You ain't
walking
know
with my
what's
wife,
up.
nigga, so clearly I'm not
You
gay.
might have
How
a
do you
nice
know?
outfit on.
How do you know that?
Niggas say that.
How do you be bisexual?
Nigga, he know.
I didn't even know. You could be pansexual, bisexual.
Well, he ain't know that. He ain't asked motherfucking question. He ain't asked that.
So there was no verbal exchange.
And there ain't gonna be no motherfucking
So if
verse.
But I'm
dudes
saying-
were coming up to you asking, hey,
Oh, and Galleria, I got that before too. Dude was like, "Oh, you look nice in that shirt." That's
So same thing.
What's wrong with saying
Thank
thank
you.
you?
I
oh,
appreciate
nigga, that's what
gesture.
women do. Girls can be like, "Girl, your titties nice." Like, cool, nigga. Your dick big. No, we can't
No.
do that
So can y'all compliment shoes?
all day long.
Then why can't you compliment anything else?
Nigga, what shoes and dick is totally different concept.
Not dick. I
so they came up and complimented your
No,
penis?
I just gave an example.
What the
good in the shirt. Like, not the shirt.
I mean, it's a
Yeah, say, be like, bro, I like that shirt.
It's
Not
how they
that
say
shirt
it.
looks good on you.
It's
How
how
is
they
it different than
say
telling
it.
somebody, oh, okay, I see you've been in the gym? What's the difference?
That's different. When a
No,
straight
it's
the gay nigga say that to me, I'm like, nah, bro.
Why does it matter if they're
But
gay?
how do you know that they were gay? That's how
Do
I
you
want
really,
to know.
really know?
Yeah.
It's not always.
How do you identify
Like-
that somebody is gay? You got a gaydar?
No.
How do you identify that they're gay?
Straight niggas don't talk like this, have a haircut.
But not all
like
gay-
that. That's what they were doing.
They do.
That not
There
all
are-
men.
But
That's
that's,
feminine, straight.
but that's how niggas gay because they know straight niggas don't do that.
How do you know?
So let me
They
tell you.
ain't find me a straight
Got
dude
you
that like
shook.
that.
Well,
Tame me a straight dude
I
that
know a
like that.
straight guy who's they're called
Metro, well, I know a lot of metrosexuals, but they don't fucking talk like a woman.
Listen.
Walk and twitch like a woman.
No,
Wearing
If this
tight
one
shirts,
did that-
tie that bitch up like they don't do
He
that.
did not do that in
In
no.
Galleria Mall, that's what they had on. No cap. 59.50 is off. No,
I'm done.
no,
Oh.
I know he did
No.
not have his tucked in.
no. It was this shit
Nah.
just like this. The bottom was through the top. It didn't like that.
Do
Hey,
it.
girl.
Do it.
It was super flamboyant. Super flamboyant. The one that Galleria was not super flamboyant. I mean, at North Park. So no, they was not straight. Not straight. Chad came up to me like, oh, I did it to him. I said, oh, Chad 2.0, baby, in the gym. Different.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Different. I keep it a buck. I be like, oh, nigga, I got this fall on, you know.
How do you think? When you walked away, how do you think that your reaction made him feel?
I don't give a shit.
I said thank you, and I knew you didn't want to fuck me. It was fine.
Cause you know I ain't gay, nigga.
But I've had gay men compliment me, hey, that's a nice shirt.
That's a nice shirt. It's different, nigga. You look good in that shirt.
I take that compliment too. Appreciate it. 'Cause I probably think I do look good in it. Thank you
I
for
will too,
acknowledging
but I don't
that.
want you to
Nothing
acknowledge
else.
it, nigga.
That still don't make
So
me
it's
think that you want to
offensive
fuck
to
me.
get that type of
I like compliments. I
Even
don't
though
know.
you know you're like an attractive person, like
Right.
why is that offensive?
Yeah.
No, because it's always like this. It get offensive when I say, like, when I let you know that I'm not like that, and you keep it going. Like, if you don't keep it going after that,
Yeah.
I'm good.
No, I feel
I got gay clients. I'm cool. They cool as shit. I fuck with them.
I feel you on that one because I do the same thing with men and women.
Yeah, like
Because
if you-
I get more men like I don't know if they think that I use it as like a like I'm dissing them like an exit, but they're like as soon as I tell them that I'm gay or I have a girlfriend, they're like, bitch, you ain't fuck the right dick, that's or something. Like they always go there like Like, oh, somebody just ain't here, right? And I'm like, what?
Well, y'all saw on social media the guy that ended up shooting at the
Yeah, I heard
restaurant
about
after the
that.
girls turned him down.
Oh no.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Now, when I saw that, the sad thing about it is I've had that happen about 4 times, just no guns involved. Well, something. But like it's unfortunate because that's one like I've experienced that before.
My
And
wife
I know so
experienced
many
that.
other my friends have experienced that. So
Yeah, my wife experienced that she was kind of scared to turn guys down a certain way.
I hate
Because of
how
how they
scared.
react.
I've been called so many names.
Yeah,
just
she,
Yeah.
Bitch, I didn't want to talk to you anyway. Them just
Yeah.
weak, yeah, them weak ass.
My thing is that it makes me uncomfortable the fact that I'm uncomfortable at grocery stores and the gas
Yeah,
stations.
the gas
Like
station thing.
like it really is to that point like I'm uncomfortable even at the gym like
Oh no, talking to her.
yeah.
It's the thing is, I'm also the same way with women. You can ask my wife, I don't care if you're a woman, don't come touch me. Like, I don't like that shit.
People do that too.
Boundaries.
Men's
People
really
know
do
that.
that.
I have walked through the
Rush
club
your
and a girl
back.
grabbed my dick. Like I've been in it, and
Oh
I
hell
have
no, we
been
would
at
have been fighting.
I have been at a house party where a girl just come grab my dick. Like, bitch, have you lost your mind? Like, I don't like that. I don't like to be touched randomly. Like,
No.
Are you giving them energy? Like you
No,
want them
it's-
to?
no. I'm about to throw some. Where's the I'm about to give you Goku energy here in a minute, goddamn. Right? I'm about to cheat up on your ass and power up.
So for the women, if a lesbian or
I've had it happen. Like
hit on you,
multiple times. I don't care because at the end of the day, he right there, and I feel like maybe this is what happened.
But
Okay,
come on,
he's
that's,
looking
you
good
know that's a
today.
double standard with women. Women can do that type of stuff. Women literally
But
look
no.
at each other,
No,
titties.
no.
There's
titties.
some girls.
There's
But I'm
some girls-
saying for
there's some
the
girls
niggas,
that-
zero ain't doing that. Ain't no nigga be like, hey, nigga, Tesla.
but no, some women do get, some straight women do get mad though.
They
say,
do.
People
They
do.
get offended.
They
Like
get
I'm just
offended.
like, damn, bitch, you just fine.
Yeah.
My bad.
You look good, so
Well,
it's not like,
That ass out.
that's what I'm saying.
But
People
no,
like-
but the initial won't make me mad. The
Oh, it's
initial-
just the
yeah,
persistence.
The initial won't make me mad. It's like, all right, bro, I'm good on that. I'm not
Like they said earlier, I mean, that's a conversation about boundaries.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
not talking about
different.
identity and sexuality.
Yeah.
That's just
It's,
back
yeah,
the fuck
that's
up.
just, yeah, that's straight like, come on, bro, you know, Kobe, 6 feet, come on, back up.
Right.
Yeah, I'm good on that. You know
And
what I'm
close
saying?
your eyes because they can't look at you either, right?
I'm weak.
No, how they did, that was just too much. That was just too
How
much.
they do it?
Ooh.
I'm not finna about the discipline, I'm not,
Anything else?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, it was more shit like that. They just, I'm like,
Almondy.
Oh, look at
bro,
that
yeah, you
chocolate.
so
Look
almond
at it.
teeth,
Okay, so tell me
a little
this.
almond brown.
So let me say this. So you're feeling how you feel off of a guy doing that to you. So how do you think that women have their experiences when we're
I don't know, 'cause
when
I
we're
never
being
done that.
when we're being like barked at?
Cat call.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I can't never do, I ain't never barked at them. So I
But
don't
you know, but you can't lie. You have homeboys that do that,
my
right?
niggas don't do that.
But
No,
you've seen
they
it
don't do
happen.
that.
I
You've
don't
seen it
know.
happen.
Yeah, I know that happened. Yeah, and I feel it's disrespectful. Straight up, like a man should not.
So
go
your
after a
your
woman.
energy is the same even for men.
Yeah,
and women.
it shouldn't. A man shouldn't go after a woman like that. It needs to be a respectful exchange. If you, I look at it like this, I always have made a joke with a woman. That's how I've always entered the conversation. You make a joke with them, they laugh, they smile. Automatically, you're having a good conversation.
Like you dropped something.
Yeah, you already the conversation's picking up right here.
You
You know how I go. So,
Smile.
you know what I'm saying?
This is right back to here we
So,
go.
I mean, you know, in high school.
I have done it, and the girl started laughing. I'm like, no, I'm just playing my game. Break the ice, you know. I told the girl, if you's a booger, I'll pick you first. You know what I'm saying? And she started cracking up, and so every time, so it was stuff like that.
I might run away.
It'll
That's
never,
nasty.
it'll
No
never be.
booger.
Whoa.
But it'll never be like, say, bitch, let me, you know, no, never in my life. I actually have never approached a woman.
Yeah, you've never been like that. I've been knowing you since
Yeah,
high school.
I've
We used
never-
to hang out like all the
I
time.
never went and approached a woman like that, ever.
Yeah.
It's always been me.
Survey says.
Survey said she already know. She already know.
Oh, so she was. So you were the
It was
catch.
mutual. It was. I'm always goddamn catch, girl. Fish real, throw it out, catch fish, reel it back in. Bob, got you the bait. Let's go.
You need to know that next time you go walk into North Park Mall.
See, you know what, Chad?
Oh,
got a question.
no, that goes back to your energy. You expect people to approach you?
No, I said it's been a mutual thing.
Oh, it's always mutual?
been mutual. Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. It's always been mutual for girls I've
Like they
been
take
with.
the initiative.
Yeah, or like it'd be like smile back, and she give me a rhythm, and she, you know what I'm saying? Then it kind of, I go from there. But it's never been like I've never seen a girl walk by. You know, I do see a girl walk by, damn, and go holler. Never in my life.
Yeah.
Not one time. I just didn't get down like that. This is not me.
I got a
I
question
don't feel I had to, so.
for the straight people in the room. What would you feel like, what do you feel about gay marriage? And if someone you knew, like it's one thing when you see other people experience the gay marriage part, but when it's someone you know, like your sister, someone close, now I'm not talking about like a distant cousin, like how do you feel about that?
I just don't agree with the term.
The gay marriage part, or?
Yeah, you can do what you want to, how you want to do it. The marriage part is a biblical term, you get to. That's just period, like black ain't gonna be blue. So it's a definition behind that, so no, you can't technically be that. So therefore, I don't care what you do with it, just don't use that term.
Don't use what term?
Marriage.
But there's a term of marriage, like you can.
No, you can't soup it up.
No, but the term of marriage means bringing two things together.
No, it was not. That's not the definition of marriage. It's man and woman. That's the real definition of it. That's not what you made a definition. So therefore, you can't do that. So it'd be something different. But I don't have a problem with the sanction at all. I got a homegirl that's married that you know. Have been my dogs. I have no problem with that. I don't have a problem with nothing that nobody else want to do in their life. I don't care who you sleep with. That's your business. I don't have any issue with any of
Well,
it.
what about marriage as it's recognized by the state?
I don't care shit the state do.
Okay.
Like,
Seeing for
That's
me,
on brand. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. No, you don't.
seeing for me, I feel,
You're funny. That's me that fucks up the politics. So,
Seeing
yeah,
like-
that's how I appreciate it.
so for me, I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like marriage is a religious thing.
exactly.
So that's why I want
That-
to hear from you because for me, like I don't want to get married. I want a partner. I want a life partner.
Is
We
that-
can have a party.
Is that
Celebrate
because it's
love.
a religious thing or because of the idea of marriage? Like,
No, it's not the idea of marriage. It's just I feel like I know myself really well and the type of love I want. I want to love freely. So I don't want to feel like somebody is caged. I do believe that people's feelings change and it's just natural. We fall in love. It can last 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 14, 20, whatever. But I don't want to hold somebody. I feel like marriage is more so a religious thing, not man. And I don't look at it just so because like
just
yeah,
Just
just
the institution
marriage and
itself.
yeah, exactly. Like I look at it more so like it's a contract, like it's a
And which is and that's the thing that's fucked up about the whole situation because marriage was never supposed to be nothing.
the value, yeah.
Yeah, that is something that is Americanized. And that's not even real marriage. Marriage that was a bond between man and woman. The second you have sex with that person, that became your life partner. That's why there were so many holy men with multiple wives.
Yeah.
So no, that was just something that gained money. At the end of the day.
So how do you feel
I feel like
being religious and do you want to get married?
Is it a religious thing?
To you? Yeah.
I do want to get married. If I find out one person, I do want to get married, and
In a religious setting?
not in the church,
Okay.
but but I will have either the
ceremony
pastor,
and all that stuff.
ceremony and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But I don't want to do it the traditional way.
Is it from like being a creature of habit from growing up like that, or is that something like you truly believe in the marriage part of it, or is it something that you like? I grew up with that, and seeing that, so I'm doing that.
I just believe in the union about it.
Okay.
Like I just want to, and I feel like and then I also feel like when it comes to like if I die or government stuff like that, like the technical stuff of it,
That's why I asked about the state.
that's
Very important part.
that's
Yeah,
a very
that's
important part about
yeah.
because if it's just a life partner, when you get into like everything like stocks and bonds and all this other and accidents,
Yeah.
it my mom is that's gonna be like my mom.
That's the ugly
That's-
part of
yeah.
marriages. Like once it became what I always say that America is a company, not a country. Everything's about money. So once money was involved in that, to me, that sanction is automatically broken. And you got prenups and things of that nature. When you're halfway in. You're a foot halfway in. Almost everybody to get married. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my keep sweat day. We're gonna make it last forever.
She'd asked about all the straight people. She was deep. Oh, sorry, we cut you off.
No, but
D, what did you think as far
About?
as that? If you have any family members that are gay, would you
Oh,
want
yeah,
to see
I
them
don't-
married or not? Or
I don't see any problem with that. At the end of the day, like I'm very the school I was at, it was a Christian-based school, and I was there from kindergarten to 12th grade. So there had Christian principals, but there were people who identified whoever they want. And then even with college, it was even more free. And I was in Atlanta, to preface it.
So you already
So it was like,
Gay Mecca.
exactly. So everybody like loves who they love, and at the end of the day, it's like, okay, and where's the wedding? Like, I don't know.
Have any of you guys been to a
Yeah.
gay or lesbian wedding?
No.
No.
I've been to like an anniversary of a gay couple that was married.
What was your experience?
It was cool. It was a gentleman I worked with who I befriended. He's a mentor of mine. So it's interesting.
Yeah,
I
gay
need to
mentor.
ask him. Yeah.
That's great.
It's not much different.
Why,
than
why is that crazy?
Yeah.
No, I just didn't know that.
Why?
I'm not just. I
Like,
just.
the mentoring
Okay.
isn't all fucking or anything like that.
No, okay,
It's
cool.
life in general. But at any
No
rate,
dictators.
no, it's not.
No, I'm just fucking.
Why would it be? But anyways, my experience, it was a good time. Like, I do not care. I just want people to be happy. And if people find happiness as you described it, and it's something that's momentary, however long that is, however short that is, awesome. If it's what you would hope to find one day, and it's marriage, and it's a union, fantastic. If it's what Anthony and his lovely wife Gloria have, great. Because I was there from the wedding, and a little bit before that, of course. And 10 years later, it's beautiful to see.
What are you looking for?
Well, that is not what today is about. And
Well, just
in general,
reference
no, I'm
to-
looking for happiness.
Okay.
And I honestly will tell you, I don't know if that means marriage. I don't know if it means a life partnership. But again, like we talked about, when you start getting into stuff with, okay, if there's an actual matter of assets and stuff that has to be passed down, which is to what would probably be your point, why having the state involved in any of these matters is ridiculous. But I'm looking for happiness, I'm looking for peace of mind. And I'm aware that that takes many forms. So when I find that answer, I'll get back to you, let you know. But that is the honest answer that I
Can
can.
I play devil's advocate real quick?
Okay.
Okay. Why you gonna do me like
I
that?
got an Atlanta question for you also.
ATL question? Oh yeah.
The North Park Mall is treating you.
Oh my
I know you
Linux
travel.
Mall is out of fucking control. Like
Oh, yeah,
all
it's like the gay
yeah, with
club.
Park and Morehouse. Yeah, I don't
I
know
was
who
about
to
to
say
say,
how
I
to.
don't know if you can hang with us
I
at
ain't-
Pride.
I ain't-
Yeah.
Right?
I would not be at no Pride nothing.
Why? You
Y'all
don't
did
support
it.
us?
Why not?
How you doing?
You know you go to Pride?
You
Hell
don't
no.
support us?
What's
I-
the problem?
You support
You
us.
have a fucking blast. I'm listening.
You
to
let me
I-
say,
he don't know it, but he
you
would.
supported
No, I
my
told-
past relationships.
I told her this. I used to go to Brick.
Yeah, you did.
Whole other reason though.
Yeah, but then you pick up the straight.
Yeah, but it was like the vibe was cool. It was fun. But my problem is when it get to, I don't know. I haven't had experience with the gay dudes who know how to chill the fuck out.
That's not true.
I said I had the experience.
okay.
I
Can we take you somewhere other than North Park Mall to
I
get
know,
hit on?
right?
I'm
Or
going
someone
off.
just accomplished.
I know, are
Hit
you
on.
basing this off of 2 experiences?
No, this is multiple times. I'm just
Okay.
not getting
3.
No,
How many? If we double digits?
not it's close to 10 for sure. It's close to 10 for sure. That's 10 and that's enough. Shit, what you mean?
He's like 5 at once.
Hey, hey,
Fancy shit in North Park.
Take a
apparently.
shot.
Shit. Like,
Take a shot.
Like,
my God.
Hey,
we ain't talking about they're big into Pride at North Park.
Yes, yes.
It is big.
It's like
up
the
there.
gay.
Oh, in North Park?
Yes,
gay
they
mall,
got the
freaking
flag
Dallas.
everywhere. It does.
Yeah.
Yes, it's big into that. So it's like when you go there, it happens a lot. I haven't been to North Park since.
okay, Anthony, take a shot.
For what?
I forgot what you said, but take a shot.
No,
Take
you
a
can't.
shot.
You
Take
can't
a
have me
shot.
take no shot.
Take
If
a
I
shot.
said
Let's
it's
say an
stupid.
army of dudes
There you go.
trying to
No, I ain't say army.
Yes, you
I
did.
said-
compliment you on how you
Shot.
I
Where's the
said
button?
under 10.
Where's the
Right,
button?
but first you were making it seem like it happens to you every other day.
Right.
Stop. No, now you reaching.
No.
You reaching with dolls and arms.
Can we do
You
some
reaching.
content for the pod where we like just follow a day and like
I know.
that?
No.
See if it happens.
I would love to
Fuck
see
no, I'm
it.
not going to North Park.
Should.
Not happening. Oh, you cute. That's real fucking cute. I'm gonna fuck you up, Chad.
No, I go to North Park.
What I was getting to, you made me fucking get my thought got
Take,
you.
take a shot while you think about
Yes,
it.
devil's
But
advocate.
drink your shot.
I know, take a
I
shot.
ain't do shit.
Yes,
But
you
all of
did.
us say you need to take a shot. So
We
take a shot.
voted.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said some dumb dumb shit earlier.
No,
I
I
remember.
didn't. Oh, it's gonna get dumber now. It's about to get dumber.
Lord.
You probably should have him be devil's advocate before.
Yeah, that before that.
It's about to get bad.
Okay. Well, we go to this. I want to be free, and everybody believe in what they believe in, and you love how you love.
Yeah.
So what happens when you get to the point where this was started talking about 3 years ago, when men wanted to start messing with little kids?
Oh,
I'm just not. Look, this is where I'm going. I'm going with this because it was talked about globally, where people were starting to be like, "Well, that's how you feel," and it was like, "Well, no, that's different." What's the difference in it? Of loving anybody, right? Being just open to anybody, but when people feel like, I feel that I'm supposed to be with little boys, or I feel that I'm supposed to be with little girls. How do y'all feel about what's the difference in that feeling?
That is not. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I think we all got
Yeah.
yeah.
I wanted to know because it was a whole big thing on Facebook, and the answers I saw was just
A child, let me put it
It's
this way.
crazy.
Having a child, okay?
uh-huh,
I feel like a child is developing.
uh-huh.
And there's layers to you, like you're married, you're
Mhm.
with the person you want to be with. You know your sexuality. There's experiences that you've gone through for you to get to
Mm-hmm.
the person you are today.
Okay.
And so for me, I feel like a child,
That's off
Especially-
limits?
a child is off limits.
Okay, okay.
But I will say this. I will say this. Like what? Because you're saying child,
Yes.
and there's differences from
They-
child, teenager, and etc. Because I will say there's some teenagers who are
They
a
was
little
talking
more
about the
mature.
molestation thing, and it was like, it was talks of. Do you remember? I want to know if you guys even remember about talks.
I
About
know exactly
allowing
what
that.
you're
Yes, I
talking
remember. It
about.
was
But
like
that was
this
all
guy-
coming from people that vilify members of the LGBTQ community
Yeah.
anyways.
Yes.
So like this wasn't an
I
argument
don't
that
know
ever
it.
had any
I don't
credence.
I don't know it, so tell it. Me and her don't know.
Yeah.
It was. I
It's
don't.
what he just
What
said.
you what
It's what he
he's
just said.
saying? I don't know any proof
No.
of substance to that part.
It was going around on social media at a point that, oh, well, if we keep letting people do all this, what about when people identify as
Do all
liking
like-
children? But the people who were saying that were people who are already just looking for excuses to shit on them.
But even with that saying,
Like-
is that not still a valid point if people decide to do that?
And I think they're
No.
two different.
Wait, why would that be?
Yeah,
Here, I'll say
there's
this.
two.
Why would that be a valid point? And
Love-
I have this question
Love
for
who you
you.
want to love. So what if they wanted to love?
But
before?
every member of the LGBTQI plus spectrum,
Mhm.
we're all talking about whatever it is that you do, STEM,
being adult.
pillow, consenting adults.
Adults, yes.
Okay.
And the conversation's
That's
over.
right.
Oh, okay, so when they're saying with the
That was
kids,
my point on
Yeah,
okay.
My
So
point
with the
with the
kids
kids-
being
Children
innocent,
aren't in the equation.
so with the kids being innocent, do y'all agree with D-Wade
So-
and Gabrielle Jr. You did?
Well, that's
Okay,
well,
that's
before
different.
we get
That's
there.
okay.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
like-
she's talking about the kids
No, that's
being
what I'm
innocent.
saying. That there's a difference between child, teenager,
Right.
and
So
adult.
with that being a child,
the difference of sex, like adult
Sexual.
having sex with the kid, and then that's.
but,
So
it's,
the
but
reason-
it's still kids being able to make adult
But that's
decisions.
conflating the issue.
Yeah,
that's conflating the
There's
issue.
two
Yes.
parts of it because there's a group of people who are probably older thinking because way long ago and even in some Western societies, that's what or Eastern societies, they do that. They marry young at like 12, 13.
Yes,
In
So
Mexico.
those are exactly. So those are different thought processes. I don't know if that's what they're using to back up. Their
So
argument,
therefore,
or
if those people that's in that genre or the Mexicans, they doing
That's
that
their
at a young
culture.
age, is that okay?
it's a culture.
But see, that's the culture, but it's not looked at in our culture.
But the
so
thing
it's
is,
different.
in our culture in America, it's all twisted because it was accepted before, and now it's viewed as
So
illegal.
Would you feel that that's okay for people in the Mexican culture to do that?
If that's their culture and that's the way it is,
If they're
that's it.
So that's okay with Mexican culture. They
You think
grown-
that-
I'm not
Wait,
gonna.
let's not identify.
Not
that.
That's what I'm
Mexican
saying.
culture.
I'm not gonna.
We're
I
not
don't
gonna say
know.
Mexican
I'm
culture.
getting
No,
flying
no,
with
no,
house
no.
from
Different
sun.
people's
This is-
cultures because it's
So-
a
so
lot
a
of
culture-
practice for them to go and
Let me say that.
So
it's
that's
a-
okay for the
it's
culture
an
for
age
an
gap.
adult to date a child. That's okay.
that's how.
Okay,
it
look,
was.
there have been cultures in the past where
Yeah.
you had adults
It's an
doing
age
stuff like
bracket.
you
Let me
saw
put
that
it
in
that way.
Greece.
Thank you.
Mexico.
That's what I was
It's an
saying.
age bracket
Yeah.
because even in the USA,
Mhm.
it's 18. They're thinking about changing it to 21.
Exactly.
I don't know if before then if it was
Low.
lower
What
or
changing?
whichever.
What?
It was
What?
17
It's
at
17.
one point.
Well,
but
first
then
it was
it's
17,
Yeah,
like
17.
With
a
consent.
minor adult,
Oh,
like
got it,
a
yeah,
consensual,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
an adult
Yeah.
with a child, So yeah, like first it was 17, then it was 18. Right now they're talking about putting it up to 21.
So
and
what I want to ask, what gives them the right to choose
I know.
an actual age on where you consider an adult to do that?
It doesn't.
Same
It
reason
doesn't.
they're
It doesn't.
required.
I mean, it's the
to
same
do
reason why we
certain
say the
things.
state shouldn't really be involved in those.
Exactly.
Yeah,
matters,
because
but
of-
it's the same as like, well, when are you an adult that can vote, but when are you an adult that can drink?
Right.
Correct.
So I'm like, who has the right to even do that?
Nobody.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
they're only pushing those type of things though because there's so many consensual cases between like a child and an older person. And we gotta be honest with each other. These kids don't look like kids. They look a lot
Yeah,
older
that's
than what the
true.
fuck they are right
Sometimes.
now. And
If they're
if they are, you know what I'm
If
saying?
they're
But
consensual.
let me say this.
not the girl in R. Kelly video.
Oh Lord.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Like
But I wouldn't.
these
wanna
cases are
fault
coming.
the kids
Yeah,
to
I'm
do
not saying
that.
it's okay. I'm not against it, but it's kind of like you were saying. Like we're talking about the whole free and love is love sort of
Okay.
situation. But I was bringing up the whole development thing because these children don't know who they even are or what they
Right.
want to do.
That's why they have parents.
So
The
that's
parents wanna
Exactly.
make adult
In those
decisions for a child.
cultures, the parents are making those decisions anyway, just like arranged marriage and stuff like that.
And
So
that's
that's
but
why I
that's
say I
also
can't
making
speak for
it
them.
that's making it harder to raise kids. I don't know if you
Of
guys
course.
have them, but raising kids
No, I
is a
don't.
lot harder when you have society allowing them to see everything.
Yeah.
okay.
Because you can have that your base in your home.
Yeah.
You can teach them everything,
Yeah.
but when they go out in society and see something different, that's causing a friction in your home, especially when it's not the same as when I grew up, where the next door neighbor raised their kids how you did. The next door neighbor here raised their kids how you did. It's not that way anymore, so you look as a villain when this parent is letting their kid be completely free on everything they want to do, and you have boundaries and restrictions. So that's a whole nother, I guess.
I have a
that's-
question for you real quick. Do you believe in like diverse populations, having a little bit of everybody all together? Think that's a good thing?
Well, like,
Or more like
cultures?
the Black Wall Street and black.
Like, do you
or-
would just not? So this isn't about black people in general, right?
Uh-huh.
So just for all groups of people, do you think everybody should kind of stick to their own? And I don't mean just in dating, but like in proximity, everything.
No.
Or are you cool with like a place like New York where you live for a period of time, where it's everybody?
Yeah, I'm okay with
Because then you're always going to have that problem anyways. Because there's always going to be a bunch of different cultures.
Yeah, I
that do
don't think
different
it's
things.
nothing.
And like I'm not a parent.
Yeah,
but
I think when it comes to sticking to our own, I'm more like that because of the way
no,
our
I'm not
culture
speaking.
is.
No, I'm not speaking to that. I'm saying
But like the
in a
diversity.
vicinity, yeah,
No,
like a
I'm
diverse
fine with
population.
diverse population.
Okay, so my question is, D-Wade Gabrielle Union,
Uh-huh.
their daughter, they are encouraging her to be what she feels she
Right.
should be.
That shit out of control. I'm
Yeah,
never
I
gonna
love
agree
that.
with that.
But we said at one point something
Never.
about, well, that's children making adult
That's
decisions.
just a
and-
child making an adult decision. And
But-
even transgender came out
Was she
talking
making
about
an adult decision when?
that. Came out
Yes,
talking
when
about
you-
that, hey, they shouldn't
Did
have
you
done
know
that
you were gay?
because
Okay, well,
they.
I wanna hear them.
I'm finna finish talking. Transgender women and men came out talking about how they didn't even agree with D. Wade and Gabrielle making that decision because it's something that they did as a child, making a child decision that was making a child making a decision that's an adult decision, and now they're stuck with that because they changed parts on them and things like that, and some of them didn't want to be that way. That is why we are adults to make decisions for a child. A child should not be making child decisions, period. 2, they brought that on themselves. Nobody even knew that child. They brought that into the equation. Zaire is who they knew. They didn't know nothing about this, and it happened when he was 9. A lot of people know about it when he was 11. This happened when he was 9 at the gay pride. I followed D-Wade very heavily.
I remember that.
Yeah. This happened a long time ago, and they allowed him to change to her. Like, it's to a point that when you get to being an adult, you do what you want to do then. But I'm going to show you the right steps and ways in life. So when you leave my home and you leave my covenant, I'm not going to be worried about the decisions that you make from a parent perspective. Because I taught you the right way. If you go astray or do something different than what I taught you, then I'm not going to be feeling bad for that. I'm going to teach my kids a certain way to live life and do things in life. Every kid is not going to turn out the same. I got 3 different kids, and all 3 kids are different.
Yeah, you can raise them the same, and they can perceive life completely
Right.
different.
And society is making it worse. as far as having social media and things of that nature, because it's harder to raise your child because they have so many different perspectives and so many different people telling them different things, because everything's just like free, let's do it.
So I just really quick, because I do want to hear what you think, but I have two things for you. So my first thing is, do you dress your kids in the morning? How old are your kids?
19, 12, and 5.
Okay.
The 19-year-old definitely not.
Right. So
The 12-year-old, I have to because he be dressing trash.
okay. So my reasoning
Yes.
on asking that though is because earlier you said that I dress like Aaliyah, but I really, like I said, and I've said it a couple times since I've been here, I literally wake up and just dress myself.
Right.
So for her, Gabrielle Union and their child,
Right.
I feel like she chose to wake up and be who she is and put on and dress herself. Whether or not she identified herself as a woman or a male, but she woke up and dressed herself. Her parents just supported how she, because for example, I'm raising my niece, and I'm not that type of parent who likes to just dress their kid in or because she's a girl, I'm not gonna just dress her in pink, purple, and all that stuff. Like I bought her some boy t-shirts with some cute little jean leggings, and she has her little backpack, and with her little pigtails, but she's wearing boy clothes. And because she's a child, she doesn't know it, and I feel like, I don't know, you tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I grew up with people telling me that I was lesbian. I didn't even fucking know what a lesbian was. I
would never even say that or put a label on somebody
as a kid.
No, hell no.
But that's you, and a lot of people do.
No.
Like for me-
She also asked me about my child. So
Right.
I'm saying, no, I wouldn't do that. And then at the same time, I don't support what Gabrielle and D-Wade did. 0%. And it don't mean that I'm one of the biggest D-Wade fans in the world. I'm still a D-Wade fan. I just don't agree with that. And see, and that's one of the reasons why I even had this show, but to know that like, because we don't agree on something doesn't mean it's hate
Right.
or dislike. And that's a lot of what's going on in the community with LGBTQ plus with straight. It's a lot of this shit going on. I mean, it's gay dudes
It's
getting
all
beat
about
up.
understanding.
Yeah, it's gay dudes getting beat up because they're gay. That shit's out of control.
Yeah.
Like, period. Or transgender getting beat up or killed.
Yeah.
No,
Black
that shit's
trans
out of,
women.
yes, that's out of fucking control. That shit happen straight, gay, trans, period. That's just in humanity. That shouldn't happen. But it's too much of, like, me and Chad, we went back several times about, like, I just did not fuck with gay dudes, period. Like, girl, he know it. But do I dislike him or hate him or want to beat him? No. I just don't fuck with
He
him.
just shook from Norfolk.
There you go.
There
you go.
With the shirt.
We're traumatized. I got
Right.
weird
There you
solidarity,
go.
bro.
So
There you go.
with their child, what if her decision was detrimental to her happiness? Like for a lot of people, that's how they dress, how they identify is.
You're too young to even know what the hell your happiness is. Y'all don't even know the difference between Fruit Loops and Skittles. Like, so no, there's just like, you want to go to the store and the kids
I don't know. Kids are
the kids
different
want
these days.
candy in the store, so you gonna give it to them all the
I
time?
will
No, it's
say-
gonna
But
hurt
you
them.
just
I will
said
say
they
the
show
LGBTQ
kids
can
taking
be
in
a
all the
trend.
information.
They do take
There
that
was a time
information.
when I was in school and it was a trend. Like I knew girls that were just saying
yeah.
that they were gay or they were down to do this just to talk about it. And there's straight girls out there that say that they down to
Right.
get
How
down.
do you?
I'm 29.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen. That when I was growing up, it wasn't even a thing.
Yeah, but that's my thing.
So
that,
it's
like,
a different era
It's
for
a
me. So when
generational
it's a generational thing, it's more accepted now. Back then,
but I didn't have social media
Yeah,
then.
it's not happening.
I didn't have social
Nowadays,
media
And
then.
that's my biggest issue.
Yeah.
It's because you're allowing other people other things to raise your child. Social media wasn't a thing, and so it was you were raised how
With the
you're.
tools you have. With
Yeah,
with
and
your
it's
surroundings.
you're giving kids too many choices. They're still children.
This is
I see it all the time where you're allowing the kid to pick every damn thing they want to do. No, you're the damn parent.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to make the decisions for a child. The child not supposed to be making the decision for the parent.
But I think that's part of your parenting style.
Fuck
Yes.
that. That's no
Because-
parenting style.
There are.
No.
Because you can have a parent who, gives their
They
child.
ain't a parent. That's a fucking
Can I
friend.
finish my
No, you
statement?
can't. This
Yes,
is
I can.
bullshit.
You have a parent
No.
who can have, 3 options for their
No.
kid, and their kid can choose which one.
No.
Versus a parent who says, you're eating this today.
No, you don't give a kid a fucking option because when
Why
you
not?
no, because you teaching them a certain way to.
But that's your parental
No.
style.
That's
I will
yours.
say I don't
No.
have kids, but as a child, my parents let me
Choose
choose,
for
but
yourself.
it wasn't wild. Like I.
It's not a broad horizon of choosing.
Yeah, but
you
I'm
want
just
peas,
saying.
you want grits, or you
No,
want
but I'm
ham.
even saying with style dress. So like I had to wear a uniform, but outside of that, I don't like pink. I like to dress like dudes. But that doesn't mean anything.
But my daughter gets to. She picks out what she likes to wear.
That's what I'm saying. So like as.
But
as
she
a
has,
child-
but it's still going to be in a bubble to an extent. You're not finna go.
But I'm
Because
saying,
you're her parent, and you're only
Yeah.
gonna allow her to wear
Yeah,
X
so-
amount of.
Yeah, you're not finna go. My daughter's not finna go out here in shorts and sitting right here.
So, but the thing, that's my point. So, like, I obviously wasn't wearing booty shorts everywhere,
Right.
but it wasn't. I'm not gonna say it wasn't restricted because if I had worn some booty shorts, my mom would be like, no.
Yeah.
But it wasn't restricted to me. Like, if I went in the store and looked at it and I put it on, she didn't say anything, but we realized, oh, that's too short. It was just
Right.
like, it wasn't no, you can't wear that.
Because certain things are inviting certain type of people and
Well,
certain
not
type
even
of
that.
content.
I'm just talking about dress in general.
Wait,
Yeah.
this is what I want to say about this whole thing, right? And it's deeper than this, and only gay people are gonna have a feeling about this. When Dwayne and Gabrielle did what they did, they're famous, they're rich,
Exactly.
and so all these people who are not famous or rich that feel like, oh, okay, their parents accepted them. Let me go to my parents and say this, and then they get beat up about it. They get
Cut off,
disowned, kicked out, get made fun of. Like, if you're gonna be in a limelight like that, you should know that, okay, like, just because she's gonna always be accepted.
Exactly.
That child's always gonna be accepted because of who her parents are.
That's
That
so funny
same
that she
child,
was-
another child that's the same way with regular ass parents is not gonna
It's not
be
gonna go down like
accepted
that.
that way. And that's the biggest problem that
And
I
they
had.
use
I have
that
a
to-
question.
Well, hold on.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's the biggest problem I had with that, because I was just like, they don't even realize what they're
How
doing.
privileged.
Yeah, what they're
Same
doing with it.
Caitlyn Jenner,
And
too.
so I dated a woman, and she had a child, and I came into that life at 2, and now the child's 13, and at like 3, or actually maybe at 4 or 5, she came to us, or she came to me and said, she calls me mom, and she's like, Mom, I want to be like the boys in my class. I want to be a boy. I want to cut my hair off, and I want to dress like them. And I said, you know what? I'm not cool with that, but we're gonna have to talk to your mama about that, okay? But we're gonna have to have a sit-down conversation about that. But you know what? You can dress sporty, and your hair's so pretty. You don't like your hair? She was just like, no, I just want to be a boy. I was just like, okay, well, what does that? And I said, what does that mean to you? She was just like, you and mommy dress, sporty. I want to dress more like you, and I want to be like the boys in my class. I said, okay, well, let me talk to your mom about that, right? Talk to her mom about that. She was just like, oh, yeah, no. I'm not cutting my daughter's hair. She don't know what she's talking about. I was just like, well, I think she kind of does know what she's talking about. She could still dress dress basketball player. And so we told her, I was like, hey, look, when you get to be 18, then you get to choose whether or not you want to cut your hair or not. Like right now, let's just, if you don't want to wear dresses or whatever you don't want to wear, that's fine. But we're going to just dress you however you want to dress, and that's cool. But I want to let you know, okay, you're in pre-K. When you get older, you have 2 moms, and they're going to ask questions. So we just kind of prepped her. She never got made fun of. She's great. Now she always tells us, I'm so glad I didn't cut my hair. Oh my gosh. I was just like, yeah, we were going to do that. And she still dresses, she doesn't dress in dresses, she's still getting into her girly phase,
Right.
She's
my
like,
sister went through the same type of thing.
so we didn't say like, we were like, oh no, you could still be who you want to be, you know, but you don't have to change your whole appearance, I mean,
Right.
your body parts about it, you know. Like when you get 18, if you want to have that discussion, then we can have that discussion,
Yeah.
you know.
See, and it's scarier to me as a parent with the social media type thing when it comes to that. Like, and that's just real shit.
So, do your kids have social media?
No, hell no. Because then when girls dress like tomboys back in the day, they just dressed like tomboys.
That was me.
It wasn't a reflection on I had to be this type of person. Like no, like you're seeing tomboy dress, and it goes to a whole other level because you can see more now, and it makes it. They started. Do I supposed to act like that or be like that? It was literally you just being a tomboy. So my sister grew up dressing nothing about. She didn't even own a damn dress. It was all hoop shorts and Jordans. She not gay at all. Straight with love men. So that's like, I don't think that is a straight gateway to that. No. But social media has a different perspective, and it causes so much more trauma to these kids now. I'm gonna go to even another thing.
So do you think that are you saying, I just want to see if I'm understanding, do you believe that, what is their kid's name? Zion?
Zaire.
Zaire.
That new name or old name?
The new name, I'm not sure, but I believe.
Zaire's the oldest one.
No, Gabrielle
Oh,
Union
right.
and Wade.
Zaire's
The
the
young
one.
one. Yeah, that's the Hooper
No,
style.
what's the other one?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
I don't
So
know.
their daughter.
Mhm.
Okay. So are you saying that you feel like their daughter was influenced to transition based off of social media?
No. I'm saying that I don't know. See, I can't answer that because I truly don't know. I don't know what they allow their kid, what the kid look.
Let me ask you
You
another
think
question.
it's
Let me ask you guys a question, okay? You don't answer this. You answer after they answer. Look at me asking y'all questions.
I already know what she's
It's
gonna.
funny.
I already know what she's gonna ask too. So,
So, do you believe that somebody can be born gay?
No.
Mm.
Do you believe somebody is born gay?
Absolutely.
Do you believe somebody's born
I
gay?
really don't know.
Think about it. Answer it. Think about it, and then try to answer. What do you think?
I think gay is a choice.
Okay.
In a sense that you can choose who you want to be with. Now, what you're attracted to is what you're attracted to. Like, it's almost like I can see a pair of shoes. Everyone else says they look good. I don't really like them. Or listen to a song, I'll say that. Listen to a song, everyone says it's a good song. I really don't like it at first, but I keep hearing the song and I start to kind of like it, and then I eventually like it. I think a lot of our behaviors are that.
Okay.
That makes sense?
I think people know.
That's
like,
probably
some
one of the best
That's-
analogies.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It's
that.
like-
That's with
it's very
her
good way to
saying
put it.
that. I feel like that's what you meant with the whole social media.
Yes,
Being
that's
programmed.
exactly what I mean. It
Yeah.
programs us to be a certain way or act a certain way, and that's why I don't. That's why I say it's. We have too many parents that are friends with their kids. They're not
Yeah.
parents, they're homies,
Mhm.
and that's a problem. And it allows these kids to make too many decisions on their own. And
Childish decisions.
Yes, and they're growing up
Yeah.
regretting those decisions later on. But if the parent was to be a parent and not be their friend, and it's harder to be a parent because you have so many different parents out here now. Social media is becoming a parent. TV is becoming a parent. Like, those things, they're raising these kids. And I think that is an issue.
I don't know if parent's the right word. I think influencer.
Mm.
They're
I
I
would
think
say
these
parents.
points are more so the parents have control.
What do you
over
think? Do you
what
think-
they-
Yeah,
it's
the
a
parents'
choice.
control over what
I
they
think
do.
it's
I-
That
I don't
becomes a
think it's a
parent.
choice. I think it's both. I think for some people, it's a choice. Like, you know, then I think some people are born that way. Like the people I date, obviously it's a choice because they're coming from straight to. You know.
Yeah, they're coming out the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other people like me, I feel like I was born that way.
But you should like this.
No, I thought they were cute. I didn't like want them.
That's how I felt
Yeah,
too.
that's
I felt like
cute.
I was born gay.
I can
I
still-
just didn't.
I can still say a guy's
like,
cute. I say guys
Right.
cute all the time, but like,
Just
just
found out
fine.
at a different
But
stage.
I never did.
I've never been attracted. I've never seen a guy. I was just like, damn. there's
I
no
don't wanna
celebrity
be-
out there that I was just like, damn, he fine. I've never in my
No,
life.
I've said,
ever.
I think guys are cute all the time, you know? Like, you know, but I'm not like, oh yeah, I want to have sex with him. Nah, I'm not like
y'all
that.
cool. Y'all hella cool to kick it with.
No. But, you know, I am a virgin, but you know,
That was another thing.
Yeah, I'm a virgin.
Yeah. But, quick question.
Pause, what?
Yeah, she ain't never had sex with a man.
yeah, I never
With a man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with a man.
But sex with a woman is sex with a woman.
Yeah, but I never had it. I have never
Losing
been
your virginity
penetrated.
is sex with
I've never
a
been
man.
penetrated for a woman
Okay.
or a man.
I've never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought sex was sex.
No, losing your virginity is with a male.
No, I never lost my virginity with a woman as either, so I've never been penetrated. You know, my
To that,
Like at all?
to that depth.
Like,
You gonna be clean like a mother, brother. You can be this bitch like this, man.
I don't need to. It doesn't even need to get to that point because you know women are so great at what they do. Most women, so you
Yeah,
don't
so
need-
I'm gonna say some. I don't know.
Shout out to your roster.
Some.
Sometimes,
Don't hate.
A lot of
Don't hate.
stimulation is
Don't hate.
vaginal.
Don't hate. Hey, don't hate because women can do it better than men can.
Hey,
I'm
women are
sorry.
great at what they do. Fucking amazing. I wouldn't know what a man does. But women are great at what the fuck they do, so I agree with you. Women are fucking amazing. Great species, baby. You're strong as shit.
But what I'm saying is, so I don't never, it never has to get to that point where I need a guy. You know, if I want to have a child one day, I just have a child one day. I don't need a guy to have a child.
That's crazy.
Well, I do. No.
Like, whatever.
But no, I personally, I'll never be convinced or think that you're born gay. That's one of the things that's like you're wasting time and trying to convince me. It's just not going to happen. You don't come
Is
out.
that rooted in your religious beliefs?
No, hell no.
Okay.
Nothing to do with religion.
His stuff is based off logical.
Yeah,
Where does this logic come from?
You don't, when you come out of
Matrix, zeros
you
and
come out
ones?
of womb, the baby has a feeling for a man or a woman. Like
I think the born gay is.
I-
Correct me if I'm wrong.
So
it's
you
more
think
of a
people are born?
terminology as
So you
a-
think people are born to be straight?
no,
Like
you-
they're born to automatically just be like drawn towards the opposite sex?
Yes.
No.
You're not gonna convince me. So
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah. That's definitely not it because I
But-
definitely
It's not
didn't
gonna
come out like.
So, gay is a choice? Or anything other than heterosexual is a choice?
Yes.
I think it's
Then
all
why
a
would
choice.
heterosexuality itself not be a choice?
Yeah, it's all a choice.
Like, I can't tell you when I ever chose
That's why
Chose
she
to
was saying
procreate.
it's a mix of both because it's
Yeah.
kind of like you're pursuing your intuition, what feels right.
for you.
Yeah, and what feels
Right.
good to you,
So,
but then it's also
what is and species? Every species on made on Earth are made to do what?
Not all.
Procreate. is
But we're
what
not
it
like
says.
every, like, we have
We have a pussy and a dick.
We have a consciousness.
To make,
So if I know how to cook, does that mean that I have to be a chef?
no, we ain't talking about none of that. 'cause-
But if I know how to cook, does that mean I gotta be a chef?
no, that's a profession.
Okay, so I can be a lesbian and still make a baby with a man. I can lay in bed with a man and not know that I don't want to be with him.
But
or
but
be
you
in
got
love.
to have that man to make the
Heck,
baby.
No, you don't have to have
No,
a man
because
to make a baby though.
because you're not doing something that's natural. You have to do something that's unnatural.
Well, I did it natural. Let me tell you
Shit
this.
every day.
Let me tell you this. I did it natural. Let me tell you this. I did it very natural,
but-
and I got on top and got off, and I still walked out a proud lesbian.
No, not saying that was going to change your mindset or perspective, but what I'm saying that
I'm just saying
each
it's possible.
species. No, I don't think you're born that way. That's not going to change. We wasting
It's
time.
just
and
the
talking.
term.
I just wanted to make clear, I answered that you can be born that way. Because
Yeah.
I'm of the belief that you can be born that way, and like to your point, like sexuality is a spectrum. It's not to say that all of us will always traverse the entirety of the spectrum. You know, I identify as cisgender heterosexual male. I've never had any attraction to men. Hey, that guy's handsome. You looked awesome on the cover of the 100% album back in 2000. That was great. But
Fuck you.
that's just it. But I can't tell you when I ever chose where I'm at on that spectrum. And I'm aware that I could choose to go wherever else, but I don't have a desire to do that. So,
I think most of it is not only this is my personal opinion. It's an environment. It's an upbringing. And it's like you're most people are product of their environment. If you're around certain things, a lot of people I know
Nature
that
versus nurture.
I've actually talked to that had some things happen to them that caused them to even go there. I don't believe that you like. Just like we have the saying that no child is born racist. That's a teaching. Like I don't believe that no kid is come out here. I want to fuck dudes. I want to fuck women. No.
The sexuality, racism, and gender identity all work differently.
But period, you don't come out with that. No,
So
you don't
can
have the
I-
knowledge.
Like you don't come out with whatever your
So
favorite
let me-
color is going to be
Knowledge
either.
of
Let me
You
ask
don't
you a
come out the
question.
womb with that knowledge of that.
So let me ask you another question then. So my son, my 8-year-old son,
Mm-hmm.
about to be 9,
Mhm.
has been living with me full time.
Mm-hmm.
You think because he's been raised by women, you think that it's lesbians?
Yeah.
My roommate, growing up, my roommate, she was a lesbian. I've only had women around him. So do you think that there's a percentage that
I think
because
it's a
he's
higher.
under
I
his
think it's a higher percentage.
for him to be gay, even though he's around women?
Because most men that I know that are gay was raised by nothing but women. So I think it's a higher percentage, but I don't think that's gonna necessarily make that happen. No. I know, dude. I know.
Because I was raised not.
So what?
I mean,
I know
she had gay men,
I know
but
a lot of men that was raised by nothing but women. That's straight as straight. No, so no, I don't.
I asked because this is
No,
one
I
of
don't
the.
believe
This is
that.
the only.
But
So I have a really good relationship with my son's dad. He was a friend from high school, whatever. But yeah, like that's the me and him have a good relationship when it comes to co-parenting. But his biggest thing is the fact that he's around women.
What's the difference between the grandma?
Well, let me give you an example. So, for example, my son, the way we were talking about how we raise our kids and such. So, I raised my son in a very open-minded setting. So, I talk to him about a lot of shit. So, like when he gets in trouble at school, like I'll tell you this, I got a call, and I never allow this in my house. Because whatever I do in my bedroom is within my own privacy, or with my girlfriend is within my own privacy.
Right.
But I got a call from the school. He smacked the girl's ass, supposedly, and
Good for him.
No.
they were playing. It was him and another boy, and as a woman, knowing like there's been times where we've been at the clubs and like men will just walk by and pat our ass, and so I automatically started like I reacted, started crying, got on my child's ass, but before I even didn't physically punish them, let me just put it that way. I asked him. I'm more of a communicator. Like, what made you do this? Like, why are you doing this? Where did you see this? Type of thing. And his dad, I ended up telling his dad, and my son just he cries a little bit more, and he's like, it's because he's being raised by women. And I'm like, I don't even cry.
I wouldn't.
And I'm a tomboy.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that. I wouldn't go that far. Because most women that's trying to raise men are so much harder on a man because most of them are kind of overcompensating for not having a man there. So I don't believe that because most single women I know be beating the dog shit out they boy. They trying to make them like not be some pussies and make them be. So they feel like they have to do that because they're women trying to raise a man. So I don't necessarily think that, but the environment. Anyway, with that being said, we're definitely going to keep this conversation rolling next week. We have some other guests coming back. I would love to have you guys come back and be a part of the audience and come sit on the chair. At the end of the day, we want to talk about like love who you want to love, respect people, and no matter what they do, even if you don't agree with it, we still don't have to hate each other. And that's one of the main reasons I wanted us on here to be educated, broad perspective on what this is. I appreciate you guys coming out, and until next time, I'll be there.